So I was watching the game last night, the USC UConn game, and I'm not joking when I say this. Like, a lot of people were making this point, and I can't even unsee it. Watching USC play was like watching the freaking Fever play. Lindsay Gottlieb, like, I understand, again, someone, like, she has been a good coach in the past. She's out here looking like the female Christie Sides. Before we get on to that, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe, which I have 40.5k by Christmas Day. We did that, that would be insane. But anyway, we got to talk about female Christie Sides. Like, if you type in Christie Sides on X, all you can see is people talking about last night's game. All you can see like, she's the Christie Sides of college. So everyone being like, if JuJu Watkins wins a national championship with Lindsay Gottlieb as her head coach, she's the greatest college basketball player ever. Like, I wouldn't go quite that far. By the way, if she wins multiple college championships, heck, you know what? If JuJu Watkins wins this year, like, it's one thing, let's just say hypothetically, I think they've got the #1 recruit coming in next year. Like, if JuJu Watkins wins, say, as a senior, and they end up with an entire team of 5-star recruits, and I understand she's got Kiki Iriafen this year, who's 100 times better teammate than Caitlin Clark ever had, but there's obviously the continuity and Lisa Bluter. I would put this team right here at a similar, like, standpoint. I think the talent is better on this USC team. I think the coaching and the continuity was better at Iowa. But I would find, if she wins with this team, it is as impressive as if she wins with Iowa, or is it Caitlin Clark winning with Iowa? Like, if JuJu takes this team to the finals this season, I'm looking at her like, okay, now we can start the Caitlin Clark comparison. She doesn't have to win, by the way, because, like, look, there are, like, almost impossibilities, and I think it's a near impossibility. It was a near impossibility that Iowa won. They made 2 championship games, and that was madness. Like, that is still one of the greatest college March Madness runs ever, both years, because that team had no right. That team had no right to even, outside, if Caitlin Clark's not on that team, they lose in the first round of the tournaments. But I think it's the same, very similar with JuJu Watkins. Maybe these are a little bit better because of Kiki, but, like, I'm watching a team. They were double teaming JuJu. They were blitzing JuJu, and the tactic was figure it out, JuJu. Like, you know, JuJu Watkins is gonna, instead of freeing up space for other players, like, it was, let's try to force the ball into JuJu without really doing anything. The only thing JuJu Watkins was told to do was screen away and then turn around and post up. And I'm like, man, not one set did they have. And I'm not even saying to use JuJu to get the ball to JuJu open. They didn't have any sets to get the ball to JuJu open properly. But also, the worst part was that they had no sets to even use the gravity JuJu had. They were blitzing JuJu off every single ball screen, and their whole defense was just focused on JuJu. But we were watching situations where the center was making passes from the outside, just constantly turning the ball over. You were literally, it was the equivalent of having, like, in the WNBA, having Katie Lou be the one to make passing decisions, and you're like, oh dear Lord, don't do that. When the ball was not in JuJu Watkins' hands, or it was Kiki Iriafen, who, I know she had a couple of mid-range shots, bricking shots under the basket with Sarah Strong on her, they looked like they were lost. Like, just in basketball, they were lost. And there was no plan B. It was the same crap over and over and over and over again. And this, we all saw it way too much. Like, it is the exact same thing as Christie Sides. Except the difference is, you know, JuJu shoots a lot of those long twos. So you're not going to hear them, you're not going to hear the guarantee that, you know, JuJu Watkins is, well, needs to shoot more long twos. But, like, if you type in Christie Sides on Twitter, everything is, imagine getting outcoached by college Christie Sides. Just hopes whoever, Dallas Wings, Jesus, Christie Sides. Christie Sides, Lindsay Gottlieb. Y'all being real respectful of Christie Sides. Hell no. They are almost the same coach. Like, I was responding to someone, they were about talking about JuJu, and it's like, I was just like, well, Gottlieb doing her best Christie Sides pressure by not having any idea to free up others. And, like, that's the worst part of it is people don't understand. Like, JuJu got her 25. But, like, JuJu couldn't touch the ball. The problem is that with the defense that UConn were playing on JuJu, any competent coach would have just gotten open shots for Kiki Iriafen the entire game. And if not open shots for Kiki Iriafen, layups for their center. But no, instead of pulling Sarah Strong out of the paint and using the double teams for the high-low pass or some form of entry for a seal for the big, they literally were having their big, who couldn't pass the ball, try to become the playmaker because they were just running their plays. Instead of adapting to UConn's defense, they were just running the same nonsense plays that they use. And the worst part is they don't even run proper sets. Their offenses give it to JuJu and get out of her way. And if JuJu can't get anything, you hope that when she bricks it, Kiki Iriafen gets open and scores. Or so gets the board and puts it back in. Or you dump it into Kiki and hope that she can score, which she couldn't do on Sarah Strong, because in Sarah Strong's defense, Sarah Strong is spectacular. Like, if you're asking me who the best player on the floor was yesterday, yes, it was the Paige JuJu show. Sarah Strong, in my opinion, on both teams, the best player on the floor. I just thought the way that she controlled that game from the center position to passing, she played the yoke draw. I thought she was the best player on the floor for either team. And I know if you want to argue JuJu Watkins, cool. Like, I'm not going to argue that. If you want to argue Paige Beckers, no. It was between JuJu and Sarah Strong. And I thought the best player, and you might be saying, oh, the best player in the game has to win. Look, it was a 3-point game. Like, there are times, like, we've all played games in life where it's a neck and neck game and the best player on the floor is on the losing team. And yes, she missed some shots. She missed the free throws in the end. Sorry, it was a 2-point game. So it's very, very easily possible the best player, individual player in a one-off game can be from the losing team in a 2-point game in basketball. But I thought Sarah Strong I really rated Sarah Strong. But I also was really impressed with JuJu. She was hitting the shots and she wasn't forcing anything. And I thought her decision-making and her passing was brilliant. It's the best I've seen JuJu pass the ball in all of her years in college. Well, sorry, in her 2 years in college. Probably the best of the big games I've seen JuJu pass the ball. So I was really impressed at how JuJu played. But, like, Lindsay Gottlieb is literally just college Christie Sides. She just is. Like, I hate to say it. She is the college version of Christie Sides. Like, she seems like a really nice person. She seems like, a good, positive coach. She seems like someone that's really trying to do what she can to help JuJu as an individual player. She seems like she's the type of person that wants to help JuJu off the court as much as anything. She just seems like a really nice person. So I don't like having to say this. And look, I don't think Christie Sides was this, like, irredeemable, absolutely useless, worst coach in the world. Like, I've said this. I thought she'd be an unbelievable assistant coach. But that's the issue with Lindsay Gottlieb. Like, their tactic is give it to JuJu and pray. And then when JuJu is being denied by Paige, who in fairness is a disciplined defender, and we saw it with Sonia Citron as well against Notre Dame, when it's literally like, it's just like the, we've tried nothing, but we've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas. It's like, they don't try to do anything different. It is, get the ball to JuJu and get out of her way, and if we can't get the ball to JuJu, oh damn, we're just not scoring this possession. Like, that's literally it. That is literally it. Get the ball to JuJu and hope JuJu does something, and if we can't get the ball to JuJu, do we run anything for her gravity? Do we run anything to get her the ball in certain situations? Nah, let's just say nah. If we don't get in her hands, we're just not scoring. And that's exactly the way Indiana Fever were with Caitlin Clark. We literally saw that in game 2 of the playoffs. I'm pretty sure Caitlin Clark scored or assisted or passed the free throws. Like 24 of the team's first 26 points in that game. And Christie Sides took the ball out of her freaking hands. But anyway, I'll see you guys.